Hey, what's going on, guys? This is just Erickson here, showing off my 3 structured deck Wave of the Light budget builds. This, all it takes is $30 and you have yourself a reliable kind of fairy deck. It's also a very good way to get into Yu-Gi-Oh! It only takes 30 bucks, so you won't be spending money on the extra deck. It doesn't really need an extra deck, but if you like to spend money on the extra deck, you absolutely could. And it's a great way to start if you're thinking about getting into Yu-Gi-Oh! Or if you just want to go to your locals and give them a hard time because you're going to be saying no a lot. So anyways, I'm just going to get right into it. Last thing I want to say is please like, subscribe, comment. It'll help us out, you know, just seeing what you guys like and stuff. So anyways, we're going to start with the 2 Sacred Arch Air Knight Prashath. So I'm going to read the text real quick. If you activate a counter trap, or if you negate the activation of a spell, a trap card, or monster effect except during the damage step, you can banish 2 other fairy monsters from hand, field, or graveyard. Special summon this card from the graveyard. Special summon this card from the graveyard if it was there when the activation was activated or negated, or hand, even if not. Oh my god. So basically you can special summon it in the hand or graveyard, basically. If this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing damage. When this card inflicts battle damage, meaning whenever you attack, to your opponent, you can add 1 Prashath card or 1 counter trap from your deck to hand. So this is a good way. Well, this, first of all, it's a 2,800 beater, and it's very easy to summon it, so that's great. Second of all, you get to add whenever you attack a counter trap from your deck to hand, or a Prashath card. Pretty good. Only running 2 because 3 gets a little bit bricky. Just gonna leave that right here. Bountiful Artemis. Awesome card. Basically what it does, whenever you activate a counter trap, you draw 1 card immediately after that resolves. That's all it does. This is how you get to plus. You only normal summon her, 3 back rows, and watch your opponent struggle. It's so much fun. So then we're gonna run 2 Power Angel Valkyria. What this one does is whenever you negate the activation of a spell, trap card, or monster effect, you can add 1 light fairy monster from deck to hand once per turn. So that's how you get. So whenever it's activated, you plus when you negate the activation. 2 Meltier. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 Meltiel. Sage of the Sky. So each time a counter trap is activated, immediately after it resolves, gain 1,000. That's cool. And if you do if the Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, destroy 1 of your opponent's card. So it's the field spell that they synergize with. If it's on the field, you destroy your opponent's card. It does not target. That's awesome. So we're running 2 of that. We're running 3 Minerva, Scholar of the Sky. Each time a counter trap is activated, immediately after, this card gains 500. And if it does, and the Sanctuary in the Sky is on the field, add 1 counter trap with a different name from your graveyard to your hand. So this guy can become potentially very beefy. If you're able to bring this guy out in Bountiful Artemis and, I don't know, Power Angel Valkyria, you have a really nice board. With just 2 or even 1 counter trap, you're gonna be plussing, and you're gonna be able to defeat your opponent. This guy can potentially become 3,000, no problem. So definitely run 3 of these. Then we're gonna go with Guiding Ariande. I believe that's how it's pronounced. So you set her in one of the scales, and her effect is you do not pay life points to activate counter trap cards. You're gonna see the counter traps. They always require you to pay life points or discard. You do not need to discard to activate counter trap. So this is very good, so you won't have to pay any resources in order for you to use your counter traps. We're playing 2 Honest. We're not playing 3. We're not playing 1. 2 is perfect. Of course, these guys aren't very strong, so Honest helps them remain on the field. So very straightforward there. Then we're gonna play 3 Ties of the Brethren. If you don't know what this guy does, what this spell card does, pay 2,000, then target 1 level 4 or lower monster you control. For the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters. Also, special summon 2 monsters from your deck with the same type, attribute, and level as that monster. but with different names from each other and that monster. You cannot conduct your battle phase when this card is activated. So this is great for your first turn. After that, I've seen that it could get, you don't want it after your first turn, so that's why we're running 3, so you can see it as much as you can as your first turn. It's great to build your board. If you have Honest in your hand, you can use normal summon Honest and then activate Ties to the Brethren. You get all the cards you need. Let's see, hypothetically these 2 cards. Okay, hypothetically these 2 cards, and then you can use Return Honest with its effect to your hand, so they won't be able to run you guys over so easily. So that's the reason why we run 3 Ties of the Brethren. Alright, then we're gonna go with the Field spell and the continuous spell. So this is the new updated, the Sanctuary in the Sky. Okay, so the Sanctum of Parshath, this card becomes the Sanctuary in the Sky while it's on the field or in the graveyard. Awesome. Fairy monsters in the field gain 300 attack. Cool. Spell and traps cannot be targeted or destroyed by a card effect. Gives you protection for your back row. Once per turn, you can target a total of 3 fairy monsters and or counter traps with different names in your graveyard. Place it on top of your deck, and it recycles your used spell and trap cards. So this is a great card. I love getting this in my first turn, especially because some counter traps require you to have this card out in the field, these cards are on the field, and we're gonna get to that later, but this is a great card right here. So we're just gonna run 1 Valhalla, Hall of the Fallen. This just lets you special summon a fairy type monster from your hand, as long as you control no monsters. You only want to see 1. You don't want to see too many of these, because after the first turn it becomes rather useless. You're gonna have the mindset and how you should play this deck is always having at least 1 out on the field and a back rows. That's all you need. So whenever you get this in your first hand, it's great. You know, you get to special summon 1 fairy, and then you get to use normal summon. So we're gonna play 3 Rebirth of the Parshath. This is a great card. Okay, so look, when a spell, trap card, or monster effect, anything is activated, reveal 1 counter trap from your hand, then discard and pay 1,000 life points. Negate the activation. If you do, shuffle that card back into the deck. That's awesome. It does not destroy. Then you can special summon 1 Parshath monster from your deck or extra deck. I love it. It is a great card. Having this card out and this guy out, you don't have to pay 1,000. All you gotta do is reveal. You don't have to discard. So it's just plussing all day. This is a great card, and on top of that, you get to bring out this badass card right here whenever you whenever this resolves. So it's just a great card, great counter trap. We're gonna play 3 Divine Punishment. So this card right here, whenever you have your field spell or your continuous spell on the field, you can negate, and if you do, destroy that card. So spell, trap, monster effect is activated, negated with this, as long as you have this on the field. So that's why we play 3 of it. It doesn't really take much, just as long as you have this on the field. Alright. Then we're gonna play 2 Drastic Drop Off. It's a counter trap, so that's what we're gonna play it. It's not very good, it just discards 1 card, but it makes your other monsters activate. So if you have Bountiful Artemis, you just draw 1 card because you activate this card. Easy. Ultimate Providence. You only play 2 of these. So with this card, you discard the same type of card from your hand. So if they activate a spell card and you have a spell card in your hand, you discard it. Of course, if you have this guy out, you don't discard anything. So that's awesome. So that's why we want to play 2 of these, because you're not always going to have this card in the field, and on top of that, you're not always going to have the type they reveal on the field. 1 Subtle Warning. Easy. You know what Subtle Warning does. Pay 1,000 against the summon or a summon of another monster. And then to round it off, we're going to play 2 Dark Brides and 2 Recalls. So I know what you're thinking. Why would you play this card? There's so many other cards you can play. The reason why I play 2 of these is it's a counter trap. Easy. Whenever you have a monster that activates, when you activate this, you just start plussing. Even though they get to draw a card, I know what you're thinking, you know, it's not very good. You get to negate that card, and on top of that, you get to plus out of it. So that's why we're going to play 2 of these, and now we're going to play 2 of any other counter trap cards. To round this up, all I want to say is this is a fun deck. I have so much fun playing this deck online against my friends, and if you're thinking about getting to Yu-Gi-Oh, I definitely recommend you making this. Other than that, just I hope you like my build, and thank you guys so much for watching. This is Just Erickson. I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out.